AITA for refusing to let my mom move in with me after she basically destroyed my childhood. Let me explain. I, 28M, was raised by a single mother. My dad left when I was 4, and I don't remember much about him. My mom always made sure I remembered that, though. She constantly reminded me how hard life was because of me, how I ruined her body and made her miss out on opportunities. She wasn't physically abusive, but emotionally. Oh, she played mind games. If I got an A in school, she'd ask why it wasn't an A+. If I brought home a trophy, she'd say, "Must have been an easy competition." At 18, I left and never looked back. I put myself through college, took student loans, worked 2 jobs. No support from her at all. We barely talked for 10 years. She'd occasionally text me, asking for money. Never a "how are you?" Just "can you send $200? Fast forward to now. I just bought my first home. Small, nothing fancy, but it's mine. And guess who suddenly wants to reconnect? Yep, my mom. She called me last week. Said she was being evicted and needed a place to stay just for a few months. I told her I'd think about it. She said, "You owe me." That hit a nerve. I talked to my fiancée. She knows about my childhood and told me it's my call. But she also said, "You've come so far. Don't let anyone guilt you backwards." I told my mom no. She went off, said I'm selfish, ungrateful, that she sacrificed everything for me. My uncle called, saying I should do the Christian thing and take her in. I reminded him, she's got 3 siblings. All have bigger homes than I do. None of them are offering. Now, everyone on her side of the family is calling me the villain. I know she's struggling, but I still have scars. I've spent years in therapy trying to unlearn the damage she did. Letting her move and would tear open old wounds. I'd be walking on eggshells in my own house. She might be my mother, but she was never a mom to me. And now I feel like I'm being forced to choose between my mental peace and some idea of filial duty. So Reddit, am I the A*** hole for refusing to let my own mother live with me? Even if it means she might end up homeless? Would you have done something different? Update 1. Hey again, Reddit. Thought I'd update you all. So, after I told my mom she couldn't move in, things went quiet for about a week. Then one evening, around 9 p.m., she showed up at my front door. No warning, no bags, just her, and this broken look on her face. She said, "I didn't know where else to go." It completely caught me off guard. My fiancé wasn't home, and I panicked. I let her in, gave her a blanket and some tea, but made it clear it was for one night only. She cried and said things like, "I never meant to hurt you," and "You're all I have left." It messed with my head. For a second, I felt like the bad guy again, but I stood firm. The next morning, I called a local women's shelter and gave her the number. She stormed out, saying she never wanted to see me again. It hurt, but also felt freeing. I know some of you might think I'm heartless, but I've spent my whole life being manipulated. For once, I chose myself. Update 2. Hi Reddit. A lot has happened. My mom's been staying with one of her sisters now, the same one who said she'd never help her. Funny how people change when they realize you're not easy to guilt trip anymore. But now she's spreading lies, saying I kicked her out on the streets, abandoned her in her time of need, and that I turned into a cold, selfish man. She even posted a passive-aggressive rant on Facebook. People started messaging me, high school friends, old church folks, saying, "How could you do this to your own mother?" So I posted my own version of the story. I didn't go into every detail, but enough. I wrote about the years of neglect, the emotional abuse, and why I had to set boundaries for my own sanity. And guess what? Dozens of people messaged me privately saying they went through the same thing. That post, it went viral locally. One person even said it inspired them to go no contact too. So yeah, I lost a few relatives, but I found peace. And honestly, that's worth everything. Final update. I found out the real reason she wanted to move in. Hey Reddit. I didn't expect to post again, but something happened that shook me. After everything, her showing up at my house, the Facebook drama, the lies, I thought I had finally closed the chapter. Until I got a letter. Not an email. A handwritten letter. From a man claiming to be my father. I froze. I opened it. And here's the kicker. He said he'd been trying to reach me for years. That he didn't abandon me. He was pushed out. He said my mom made his life hell, lied about him being abusive, and even got a restraining order under false pretenses. He said he sent birthday cards and money every year until I was 12, but she returned them all. I didn't know what to believe, so I did some digging. I found old photos my mom kept in a lockbox, pictures of me as a baby, in his arms, happy, smiling. She never told me, not once. And then it clicked. The real reason she wanted to move and wasn't just about being homeless. It was to make sure I never reconnected with him. I confronted her. She didn't deny it. She just said, "You were mine. I didn't want to share you. Mine." Like I was some possession. I walked out and haven't spoken to her since. But now, I'm meeting my father for coffee next week. After 24